Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Saco City Council meeting for Monday, May 20th, 2024, at 6:30 p.m. I would like to make note that all councilors are present this evening, with the exception of Councilor Berman, who has been excused, and we have our City Administrator, John Behanko, with us this evening. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Okay, item number 4 this evening, under General, we do have the Arbor Day Proclamation. The City of Saco is pleased to announce that we have been designated a Tree City USA for the 14th year in a row by the Arbor Day Foundation. This recognition demonstrates the commitment that the Saco Park and Rec Department has to ensure that Saco's urban landscape remains rich with a variety of tree species that are vibrant, healthy, and safe. Saco is celebrating Arbor Week this week, which is an excellent time to spotlight the work of our parks team and their dedication to keeping trees a vital part of Saco's community landscape. The Tree City USA program has been greening up cities and towns across America since 1976. It is a nationwide movement that provides the framework necessary for communities to manage and expand their public trees. Saco joins a select number of cities and towns in the state of Maine that share this recognition. I will now read the official Arbor Week proclamation. Whereas, in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas, in 1978, the state of Maine first celebrated Arbor Week during the 3rd full week of May. And whereas, trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut healing and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-saving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas, trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and beautify our community. And whereas, trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Jody L. McPhail, Mayor of the City of Saco, do hereby proclaim May 20th through May 24th, 2024, as Saco celebration of Arbor Week. In the City of Saco, I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Week and to support the efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I encourage all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and to promote the well-being of this for future generations. Thank you. Okay, item number 5 this evening is committee correspondence to council. Anyone have any correspondence? Councilor Hewitt?
Thank you, Mayor McPhail. The library wanted me to report that 5/21 this Tuesday from 4 to 6, they're going to have a meet and greet to meet the new executive director, Sophie Smith, and that'll be at the Dyer Library on Main Street.
Thank you. Anyone else? To add to that with Councilor Hewitt, I would also like to announce that the library has also released a brand new and updated website. And it is sacomuseum.org, and it is an amazing website, very interactive, a lot of good information. The museum side has many archive photos, so I encourage everybody to go on and check out the new site. Okay, that takes us to item number 6, and that is public comment. If there is anyone wishing to speak to council, please step forward, state your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to address council. Okay, not seeing anyone seeking to be recognized. We now move on to item 7. There is no approval of the minutes this week. Item number 8, consent items. We have one item, and that is A, the asset forfeiture, State versus Felder. Is there a motion to approve the consent items?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilor Hatch. Is there a second? Second by Counselor Johnston. Any discussion on the consent items? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
And Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Takes us now to item number 9, and that is action items for the evening. Item A is a public hearing, Chapter 118, Harbor, River, and Waterfront Ordinance Revisions, and that is Counselor Archer.
Yes, Madam Mayor, thank you. A newly edited version of Chapter 118 is being presented, which includes changes to the harbor master position. I move to open the public hearing.
Motion has been made to open the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Hatch. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
And Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Public hearing is now open. If there is any member wishing to speak on this item, please step forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Okay, not seeing anyone seeking any recognition. Counselor Archer?
Yes, I move to close the public hearing and schedule the second final reading for June 3rd, 2024.
Motion has been made by Counselor Archer to close the public hearing. Is there a second? Second by Counselor Hatch. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, that now takes us to item B. And that is a public hearing for Chapter 153, the Outdoor Food Vending Ordinance, and that is Counselor Johnston.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Staff have compiled a new draft ordinance, Chapter 153, Outdoor Food Vending. The new ordinance was created from the food truck and sidewalk vendor policies adopted by Council on March 27th, 2023. This was a pilot program in which the Council requested staff to bring back the item back in an ordinance form. Staff also recommends an amendment to Chapter 230 to cross-reference with Chapter 153. The draft ordinance and amended definition have been reviewed by City Solicitor Tim Murphy. Move to open the public hearing.
Motion made by Counselor Johnston to open the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Hatch. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
And Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0 to open the public hearing. If there is any member of the public wishing to speak on this item, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Okay, not seeing any members wishing to be recognized. Counselor Johnston?
I move to close the public hearing and schedule the second and final reading for June 3rd, 2024.
Motion has been made by Counselor Johnston. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Hatch. Okay, to close the public hearing, roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
And Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, that now takes us to item C, and that is a final reading, Chapter 106, Floodplain Management Ordinance Revision, and that is Counselor Archer.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Staff and compiled draft ordinance revisions of Chapter 106, floodplain management. These revisions are required by the federal government to maintain the City of Saco's community rating system designation, which in general reduces the cost of flood insurance for our residents. Residents can learn more about the new FEMA information by visiting the link attached in this agenda. Be it ordered that the City Council hereby ordains Chapter 106 floodplain management ordinance revisions as presented in the May 6, 2024 City Council meeting packet materials.
Motion has been made by Counselor Archer. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Johnston. Any discussion on this item? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch? Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, that now takes us to item D, and that is a public hearing. The proposed ordinance amendments to Chapter 204, Trees, and Section 179-2.01 for the site plan review in response to City Council's request regarding the April 1st emergency moratorium on clear cutting of trees. And that is Counselor Hatch.
Thank you, Mayor McPhail. Coincidental with Arbor Week proclamation outlined earlier, the many benefits of preserving and planting trees, I think this is quite appropriate. Following the April 1st, 2024 adoption of the emergency moratorium on clear cutting of trees and the direction provided at the April 10th and April 22nd City Council meetings, planning staff provides the draft ordinance amendments to Chapter 204 and Section 179-2.01 of Saco's City Code. These proposed revisions will require site plan review for tree removal activities of 2 or more acres that involve change of use notification to the Maine Forest Service. I move to open the public hearing.
Motion has been made by Counselor Hatch to open the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Johnston. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
And Counselor Johnston.
Yes.
Motion to open the public hearing passes 6-0. If there are any members of the public wishing to speak on this item, please step forward, state your name and address.
I'm Melissa Field, and I live at 160 Bradley Street. I support the proposed ordinance amendments for tree clearing with the knowledge that while they are a good first step, there will be much more to follow. For instance, the master development in Ward 5 is an example of how our current tree clearing regulations are too ill-defined to be effective. Presently, the planning board may require preservation of trees greater than 24 inches in diameter. But recent experience shows that when a developer is asked if they're willing to protect the environment and preserve more large trees, their answer is no. The May 1st memo from the city planner to the city council mentions that the Conservation Commission is developing ordinance revisions for landscape design and cluster developments, also referred to as conservation developments, each of which will entail the new low-impact development standards being finalized. I'm hopeful that these upcoming revisions to ordinance language contain the necessary detail and guidance for tree clearing that will give the planning board and developer a menu of options to consider during site plan review. Developers want flexibility. We want to preserve the value that large trees contribute to biodiversity. I believe we can achieve a middle ground, especially if we consider an environmental impact fee as one of the options on the menu. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Any other members of the public wishing to speak? Okay, not seeing anyone wishing to be recognized. Counselor Hatch?
I move to close the public hearing and schedule the second and final reading for June 3rd, 2024.
Motion has been made to close the public hearing by Counselor Hatch. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Hewitt. Roll call vote. Counselor Archer?
Aye.
Counselor Parks?
Yes.
Counselor Gunn?
Yes.
Counselor Hatch?
Yes.
Counselor Hewitt?
Yes.
And Counselor Johnston?
Yes.
Motion to close the public hearing passes 6-0. Okay, that now takes us to item 10, and that is the administrative update.
Thank you, Your Honor. First couple items, RFP for wayfinding. The City of Saco is soliciting bids for shop drawing, fabrication, and installation of wayfinding signs throughout the city. Bids will be accepted until Friday, June 7th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Next is an RFP, historic walking tour signs. The City of Saco is requesting proposal for interested vendors for historic walking tour signs. Response to this request for proposal should include the cost of design, manufacture, and delivery of 22 signs. If your team is qualified and experienced in providing the described services, the City of Saco would appreciate receiving your submission. As indicated in the RFP, the deadline for responding to the RFP is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 28th, 2024. Other items that I have in my report include just a summary of the fiscal '25 budget adoption, and you can see that in my written report. Also, just a update, which I just want to thank the Public Works staff and others for getting the work done on Cutts Avenue in Cross Street, and it was completed this weekend. So that is open now, and it hopefully will relieve some of the traffic. Upcoming holidays, just a reminder, City Hall will be closed on Monday, May 27th, 2024, in observance of Memorial Day. And then, of course, your upcoming meetings, and I'll be talking with the mayor about a couple other items that we'll be putting on throughout the summer. Any questions? I'm more than happy to try to answer them.
Any questions or comments for City Administrator Bahenko? Okay, not seeing any. That takes us to item 11, council discussion and comment. Any councilors wishing to speak? Okay, not seeing any. That takes us to item 12, and that is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilor Hatch. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Johnston. Roll call vote. Councilor Archer.
Aye.
Councilor Parks.
Yes.
Councilor Gunn.
Yes.
Councilor Hewitt.
Yes.
Councilor Johnston.
Yes.
Councilor Hatch.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Motion adjourned at 6:46. Thanks, everyone.